So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the press conference after the cross-country phase of the Mitsubishi Motors Badminton Horse Trials 2017. Once again, we're going to adopt the protocol of I'll ask a question. It really is your press conference. You ask the questions. If you could just give my colleague Kate a fighting chance to get to you with a microphone, and please could you just say who you are here for, we'd be very grateful. And I'd say, if you see yourself on the monitors, you know that you're going out live. So let's just launch straight into this. It's been such an extraordinary, eventful day, one way or another today, and no better placed than in third place, Andrew Nicholson from New Zealand on the rail. Andrew, we've known each other for a long time. You've been to badminton, you've been in this situation many times. Can you just tell us, how did that particular cross-country course, compare to some of the others you've ridden here?
Is it this on? Yep. I thought walking it was a very good course. The sort of course you had to, shall we say, sit on your backside and work. We've had quite a lot of courses at big events where the experienced riders with experienced horses could glide around probably 2/3 of the course, whereas walking this one, it looked like from the second fence onwards you had to work and be quite accurate with your distances. There's a few places I wasn't quite sure about the striding. The lake was one of them. 5 strides, 1 stride was my plan. I did 6 and 2, but that's, you got to sit on your backside and work it, and that's pretty much how it rode, like it walked. And I think it's a good thing when the riders are concentrating. I don't know about the other two here, but I felt like I had to concentrate on both my horses all the way round, and I felt like they were concentrating very hard on each fence and not being a bit casual and just sort of lolloping along. And it's, maybe it's just I'm getting old, but I did feel like I concentrated a lot.
Somebody did actually say, and I won't say who, have you ever seen Andrew Nicholson look nervous? And I said, I don't know, but I must admit, coming back, we were all actually shouting with the time at the end. But any questions for Andrew Nicholson from New Zealand? We have a question from Nico.
Hi, Andrew. Nico. Did you lose a stud or a shoe the second half of the course?
I knew when I finished that all the shoes were still on, but the groom has since told me that I lost the stud in the outside of the front foot and 2 studs out of 1 back shoe. And it's Nereo does slip a bit. He's a very big, powerful horse, and when the ground's dried out with green grass on it, he is a bit prone to slipping and sliding a little bit. So, it wasn't a big problem. I don't think it's perhaps cost me 1 time penalty at the most, I would say.
Any other questions for Andrew? No? All happy? Could you pass the microphone over to Mikhail? You've got a microphone there. That's great. In second place from Germany, Mikhail Young on La Biosthetique Sam. We're going to call him Sam. You did say when you came back from the course that you were so pleased with the way it had gone. Was there any one particular fence that, following on from what Andrew said, made you sit up and think this one's going to ride more difficultly than or more difficult than you thought?
Yes, sure. There was a really tough course, and you have to concentrate really from the beginning. The problem is there comes one tough question after the next, and if you had somewhere a little problem, you had not easy fence after where you can bring the horse back in a positive feeling. So it was very important to have every fence very correct. That you get a good rhythm and a positive feeling from there to the next fence. That was the most important thing, and you have to feel the condition of the horse, that you're going not too fast in the beginning, that the horse had enough energy in the end to jump the big fences and the verticals and everything. So it was a really tough course.
But coming into the arena and finishing, it looked like Sam was still full of running. You paced him very well.
Yeah, I know him very well, and Labiostatic Sam is a fantastic horse. He's very clever and concentrate. He was a bit strong in the beginning, but we are coming back after a few jumps in a very good rhythm, and he trusts me, I trust him, and I think that's the most important thing, that you get a good partnership, and then you go a bit more brave and a bit more positive, and that's what you need in the cross country, that you know your horse, and yeah, that works everything a bit easier.
Thank you. Any questions for Mikael? I think you've answered it for them. Okay, well, thank you very much, Mikael. If we have from Germany as well, Ingrid Klimke on Horseway Bobol. There was the question of sometimes, I'm not going to address that initially. You said yesterday at this press conference, no, this is the sort of cross-country course where you rip up the dressage scores. Do you think, you still think that? Is that how you found the course and how you rode it?
First of all, I would like to thank these two guys, because first of all, I walked the course with Andrew, what was very interesting and helped me a lot. Second, I saw Michael's really superb, wonderful round, and then I finished watching, went to the lorry and said, I will try to do it as good as these two guys were doing it. So thanks a lot to them. But the course was really definitely tough, and I felt that we had to work quite much. On the other hand, I was really so pleased because Horseway Helbob OLD did such a wonderful job. He was so bold, so full of himself, and he was so fresh in the end that he really canted fast and bold, and it was a pure pleasure to ride him.
Fantastic. Any questions for Ingrid? I think, guys, you're going to get away with a very quick press conference. Everyone happy? We would like to say we saw, well, first of all, I'd love to find out how much Andrew Nicholson is charging for course walks these days. But the second thing is, Mikael, you had Wilbury on your back. We'd like to welcome Lucy, who's here today. You know, you did a wonderful job and brought him home safely, brought you home safely. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you'll agree with me, without sounding too sentimental about this, some fantastic examples of cross-country riding today, and we are so grateful for you coming along, spending your time in the mix zone and here now. So at the end of the cross-country phase for the Mitsubishi Motors Badminton Horse Trials 2017, in third place from New Zealand, Andrew Nicholson, in second place from Germany, Mikael Young, but in the leading into the show jumping tomorrow, in first place, Ingrid Klimke from Germany. Thank you so much to all of you. Thank you.